Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to read you a weekly horoscope from the 24th of July to the 30th of July, 2022. And this is especially for you coming from, where are you coming from? Gemini. Okay, before I begin, here's my email. Send me this email if you wish to know your next 9 years based on your date of birth, your time of birth, and especially me reading your palms. Your palms are very special. They belong to the energy of the soul, who changes the lines for better or worse, who changes the signs, removing them or adding new signs. All that's happening is happening because the soul is yours and showing you what can happen. And people like me will then read your palms and tell you what is there, together with your date of birth and time of birth. I'll show you how to formulate your own personal lucky lottery numbers and a lot more. We'll talk about that later. You're coming from Gemini. Sunday, the 24th of July, is an excellent, lucky, prosperous morning and afternoon. You can meet people of your choice. You can have the skills of convincing people of whatever you are good at. So, whether it's for business, whether it's for partnerships of any kind, whether it's meeting people with your job, try to use this morning and afternoon. Show off your expertise because you are very easily on the same wavelength as people, saying the right things, touching the right buttons, and going to get some wonderful results as well, whether with family, whether with friends, whether meeting people job wise or business wise. So, lots going well for you. Morning and afternoon. Evening and nightfall, not so good. The planets of arrogance are there. They make you very choosy, looking very selfish, and looking like a person who's a user. So you don't want to allow planets to do that. So tell yourself to be more reciprocal, which means what you get, also be happy to give. What you hear, let's make it good coming from you. That will show a very friendly side of you. And that's what we want from you in the evening nightfall. The evening and nightfall is a time where you have to be careful of accidents, verbal accidents, emotional accidents, and even physical accidents. So give way, don't be stubborn, and don't demonstrate your desire to be pushy as well. Monday, the 25th of July, there's a nasty morning and afternoon waiting for you. You create enemies very quickly with what you say and do, whether at work, whether in business, whether at home. So you'll have to be careful what you say and do and make your actions as friendly as they can because you're going to be a person who is going to be on the bad side of things, like having blame come to you, making bad mistakes where you work or where you do business. You can be cheated, you can be let down, you can be deceived. So all these warnings are there of a miserably bad morning and afternoon. So slow down, think carefully, and don't run into accidents of all kinds. You can lose money very quickly, so don't commit yourself to any investment in the morning and afternoon. Evening and nightfall, not so good, but not so bad. Emotionally, that's where the evening nightfall planets are very weak. And what they do is they make you emotionally vulnerable. So you can be flattered and being made use of. And therefore, watch out for flattery from people. You can be deceived in that way. Well, the morning, afternoon, nasty planets will come to the evening nightfall, a few of them, to make you again make enemies quickly, or have an accident, or you may even start showing some health difficulties, health, in the form of just not feeling well. So the evening and nightfall, just look after yourself and don't stray yourself or expose yourself to unnecessary strife. Be friendly. Tuesday, the 26th of July, that's a much better morning and afternoon for you. Long term planets are there and they do their work slowly and carefully. So be patient as good things develop for you in the morning and afternoon, whether at work, whether in business, whether at home, whether negotiating anywhere. Be patient and you're going to get something very good for you, which will be kind of a bonding in a personal friendship and a romantic way, or bonding in a partnership of business or togetherness to help each other. So it's a great look of planets, morning and afternoon. Try your best to reach out for people so that you can get the bonding for more support in anything that you want. Evening and nightfall is terrible. Well, the planets are terrible, so I'm telling you it's terrible. Anything can go wrong easily. Problems of your past come knocking at your door, whether the problems are to do with emotional areas or money spent areas or whatever. And you can have accidents of all kinds. Your nature will be too stubborn and to defend yourself and to be dominating. Don't do anything like that, or you'll provoke others to go after you even more. Try to be flexible, try to be negotiable, and walk away from trouble in the evening and nightfall rather than be confrontative. These negative planets of evening, nightfall, one or two of them will go to the morning, afternoon. You may find the morning, afternoon you being stubborn and dominating and confrontative as well. But it's the evening, nightfall that's worse. Wednesday, the 27th of July. Many angry planets are there. Well, in a way, they make you angry. In a way, they make you daring, exposing yourself to risk. It could be financial risk. It could be emotional risk. It could be physical risk. So don't expose yourself to any risk, whether you're driving, whether you're in the office, whether you're at home, because risk will only beget action against you, and you'll be vulnerable to lose out in the morning, afternoon. These are not exactly the worst of planets, but because they make you daring, you will expose yourself unnecessarily to get what you want in spite of the daringness, and that's where you get into trouble. You're also seen as very impulsive in the morning and afternoon. And that's why I worry that your impulsiveness will make you do something you might regret later. Evening and nightfall, for you coming from Gemini, they are very good. These planets make you inventive and they make you a very special person in the way of saying things, doing things, and valuing things. So you're on top of the world in the evening nightfall period. You can actually belong to a society called genius because what you think of in the evening nightfall of Wednesday, the 27th of July, will be very much linked to the future. And so the internet is where you must be. And even if you're not in the internet, be with people that you want favors from. The favors will come very unexpectedly and suddenly. You may meet people you like unexpectedly and suddenly because these are the planets of unexpected gain for you in the evening nightfall. The anger planets, one or two of them, will follow you to the evening nightfall. So never show your anger in the evening nightfall. Thursday, the 28th of July. This is the day of arrogance as far as the morning and afternoon is concerned. You are very proud of something or another. But these are not good planets. They don't help you that way. I rather you don't be proud. I rather you be part of a team. I rather you appreciate people. I rather you push people into the limelight rather than yourself. Because the more you're in the limelight, the more blame is going to come on you. Something will go very wrong, and you don't want to be the leader in the morning, afternoon. You're going to get the wrong thing going. Whether at work, whether in business, be part of a team, you'll be safer. And that way, you will find that support will come for you. Wanting to be a leader, you may find that many may not back you, and you'll be the loser after all. Don't show arrogance as well. Be kind to people and accept their mistakes. Evening and nightfall becomes fantastically good. The best of your planets are there. The creative planets, the planets that give you that mentalness, all about money, excelling yourself in job, excelling yourself in business. And your thinking will be perfectly good. So you want to be with people in the evening and nightfall who you can speak to about money, job, business, investments, not just for the fun of it. And so you'll be very lucky even if you chase for a romance. All the luck is there. Trouble is, one or two of the morning arrogant planets may visit you, making you too much of a perfectionist, seeing little faults in people, and then mentioning them to make it worse. And that's not good. So try not to do that and remain friendly the whole day, especially morning and afternoon. Friday, the 29th of July, is a very emotional morning. Well, if you're not at work, that's fine. But if you're at work or in business, you can't afford to do that. Having a passion in business is not very good because business is all about logic, facts, and figures. The business doesn't have a brain. It's you who has a brain. You got to direct the business. So people say, I had a passion for it. I went into it, but it didn't work. Why? Well, you had a passion for that. Nobody else had the passion for that. So you have too much of a passion and too much of a imagination and too much emotions on Friday, the 29th July morning and afternoon. Try to lessen it by telling yourself three words: logic, facts, and figures. FACTS. Repeat and repeat these words. So you must see the logic, you must have the facts, and that's how you can do better. Evening and nightfall perfect. The wonderful things waiting for you are long term bonding and meeting people to be on the same wavelength. It could be a romance, it could be meeting somebody who could help you in the material side of life, the job, the business, the finances, or even investing. Something is going to work marvelously well for you. And you might even get lucky in the emotional area because you're more under control in the evening nightfall compared to the morning and afternoon. So be out and about, look your best, dress up your best. You're going to get connected to people. You have to make the effort. Don't go out and just sit on a chair behind a table and expect the planets to bring somebody to you. It doesn't work like that. My duty is to awaken you, to tell you the evening nightfall long term bonding. And your eventfulness is there, meaning that the planets are very busy waiting to make you and give you something very special. So make meetings with people. If you don't get any offers, make meetings with people you like. You'll be surprised. They will say, yes, I'll come along. Saturday, and you'll get a wonderful, by the end of the evening, you'll get a wonderful, wonderful result. Saturday, the 30th of July. This is a nasty morning and afternoon. You don't want to be in charge. You don't want to be the leader. You don't want to be the planner because something is going to go very, very wrong. And that's going to lead to the finger of wrongness pointed at you. So you don't want the blame, do you? So tell yourself morning and afternoon, Saturday, 30th of July, by all means, anybody take the lead. I'll just follow. And even if it's not well done, never mind. Show a bright face, put on a smile. Because these are negative planets who want to make you have trouble with the people you are going to be. Firstly, by not being on the same wavelength as people. Secondly, by being dominating and stubborn. And thirdly, there may be some inferiority complexes troubling you, making you intimidated, and they may make you angry to retaliate. Oh, yeah, we are all very complex people. So I see this planets of inferiority complex in the morning, afternoon, and in the evening, nightfall as well. So you may challenge people just because somebody made you feel inferior, or you may have not the energy to go for what you want because you felt intimidated. So you got to sit down and think about this morning and afternoon. Otherwise, you're going to be made use of in some way or another. So it's bad. Evening and nightfall, almost just as bad. This time, accidents are said to be coming: physical accidents, verbal accidents, even romantic accidents. You may think of that something you're going to get. Somebody else didn't think that way. That's an accident. So the disappointment waits for you in the evening nightfall period. These disappointments are very painful, let me tell you. They're going to leave a mark on you because the whole day is all negative planets, nothing of the goodness. There's one good planet trying to give you a name, even that's very weak, which means making you popular. Even that's very weak. So lie low the whole day of Saturday, 30th of July, rather than wanting to fly your flag and to show what you can do. It will all turn out not good, believe me. And accidents can be physical, verbal, they can be romantic accidents. So anything can go wrong the whole day. I'm sure having heard it from me, you're going to be very careful. Okay. Now, this 90-minute session I have for you. Number one, I will have your date of birth, your time of birth, and I'll be able to have photos of your palms. Number two, we'll have a 90-minute session, and I will cover all areas. Firstly, your next 9 years, age by age and calendar year by calendar year. Quickly, we'll go through it. So you'll know the platform of your next 9 years, the ups and downs. And when you know them, you'll know how to control them. And I'll give you your lucky colors, lucky gemstones, lucky days, lucky directions, on and on with these energies. And if you like to play lotteries, I'll show you how to formulate your own personal lucky lottery numbers. It's a system. It's not very difficult to learn, but somebody's got to teach it to you. So there's no point going there and buying a ticket with the machine chose for you. How are you going to win? So get your soul involved. Your soul is not there just to go to church and being a charitable person. It's there to give you everything that you want. Yes, the soul is obliged to do that. So I'll show you the ways how to reach the soul. Most of us only naturally get it in our 50s, 60s, and 70s. It's not trusted to be given to younger people. But there's a formula, there's a way to get it done at any age that you come and see me. In a matter of a few weeks, you will be able to feel the energies and be able to use and vitalize all that's being taught to you. So it's going to be a wonderful 90-minute session just for USD $50. Here's my email. Give yourself a chance. Every one of us ought to be lucky. And sometimes somebody has to show you the way. And that's me doing it to you. In the meantime, I wish you a good week. Thank you. Goodbye.